at Avon Gardens, we have 5 acres of display gardens. We're a full-service garden center, so we actually sell perennials, shrubs, and trees. We really are botanical gardens here in the town of Avon. We like to have people come here to the gardens for the different events and at different times of the year so that they can see over 3,000 varieties of perennials, trees, and shrubs growing here on the property. Here at the gardens we have probably some of the most unique plants that you'll find here in the state of Indiana, and that's because I've been collecting plants for almost 30 years. These are really my personal gardens, and I share them with visitors that come here. So, we're ready to take the tour? Let's go!
What are we looking at here, Karen?
This is a tricolor beech tree. The reason that people plant a tricolor beech tree is because of its ornamental foliage. We are looking at this at probably its weakest time of the year. Most people purchase a tree like this sometime in April, May, June, July, because that's when all of this foliage, it looks like it's cream, kind of a creamy pink right now, and springtime this comes out as a brilliant pink red. So a lot of times people will be over at the garden center and they point over and say, "What's the pink tree over there?" And it's a tricolor beech tree. One of the slowest growing trees you'll ever see. This tree's already been here 20 years. It might grow 2 inches a year. Beech trees are notorious for being very slow growers. So that's what makes it unique, is the tricolored foliage on it.
This is the Gold Star dogwood that we're looking at right now?
Yes, it is. So what makes it unusual is the variegated foliage. Variegated foliage is when you have 2 or 3 different colors of green or a different color in the same leaf. So this has a gold center to the leaf, and then it has green margins around it. What's also nice about this is this actually happens to also be a good flowering tree. So in springtime, this covers itself with the white flowers that are about this big, 2 to 3 inch flowers. So that also makes it nice.
And Avon Gardens is one of the only places in Indiana that you can find this kind of tree?
It's a very, very unusual tree. There might be a few very unusual connoisseurs of plants around Indianapolis that have private gardens, but on average you wouldn't find this tree anywhere, no. This is another redbud tree here on the property. There's 4 different kinds of redbud trees actually that will grow here nicely in Indiana. This is Appalachia Red. Appalachia Red has red buds and then they open to a fuchsia flower. So the fuchsia flower is very nice when you contrast it with our native redbud, which has the lavender colored flowers on it. Down one of the pathways we walked, we also walked by a white redbud, which is called Alba. So it has beautiful bright white flowers that cover it in springtime. And there's also another one called Tennessee Pink. Tennessee Pink is up in one of the gardens up there. It has carnation pink flowers on it that open up in springtime. We have a variety of plants in here. This is our ravine area. The ravine area is in a lot of shade. So the great plants that grow well in shade are hosta. So this hosta over here is called Yellow River. That's a mature form of it, so that's as big as it gets. That's about 30 inches tall, about 36 inches wide. And then conversely, we have this little miniature hosta right here, and that is called Stiletto. And that is the mature height and size of a stiletto hosta. Avon Gardens was actually on the National Hosta Tour last year. So we actually have here in the gardens almost 300 varieties of hosta alone growing.
And could you tell me about the ravine here?
The ravines are always a natural site where water has eroded for many years. And so what happens down here is during a nice natural rainfall, as many of you know, we've had torrential rainfall this year. This is an area that was dug out because lots of water wants to naturally flow this way anyway.
It looks like it'd be a really peaceful place to come out and just
A
sit and relax.
very serene spot. This always used to be one of my mom's favorite spots to want to come and sit.